Live coverage of the finish of Iditarod 38 is brought to you by
Iditarod 38 started out looking like Nome would see another Mushers lead dog. Race with Roses on Front Street. Jeff King grabbed the lead early, racing ahead of the pack.
I don't understand why they do this. I'm glad they do it, though.
And discouraging his competition. From there, the race was on. King hurled what Mackey felt to be an inappropriate comment his way and left Ruby with more than an hour lead. Whatever was said as King pulled out of Ruby was enough to springboard the defending champion into another gear. Point taken, Sir Lance Alott is about to become a member of the Quad Squad.
Welcome to Nome, downtown Nome. We're on Front Street, which is the official finish line of Iditarod 38. John Carpenter along with Bruce Lee, and we're getting ready for yet another Lance Mackey race victory, which is kind of one of those things leaving the other mushers saying, hey, can't somebody else win this race?
Yeah, well, he seems to have been a real dominant point, and we're seeing history. No one's ever won 4 in a row.
4 in a row, that's the key point. And back in Ruby, you and I probably didn't think that was going to happen.
There were points in the race where his team seemed to kind of be down cycling. Jeff was so dominant. These teams have rolled back and forth. We've watched them, followed them down the trail. It's been an incredible fist fight between these guys, as far as the competition has been. All those top teams just not letting up.
And it's one of those things that, Mackey made a Mackey move. Like he did last year, the big run. He made the big run from Tecate to Iditarod. This year, he made the big run from Nulato all the way to Unalakleet. Who'd have thought he pulled that one off again?
Yeah, it's something he's known to do, but this was a really big Mackey move.
This is a huge one. Yeah, let's go to Kevin Wells, who's been following the race and is currently tracking with the leader. Kevin.
Nice. All right. All right, Rebs. All right, there you go. Thank you. All right. Come on, girl. There you go.
That's Lance Mackey's voice you're hearing, not Kevin Wells. Lance has been mic'd up and stuff, and getting congratulations and kind of doing a little play-by-play ever since we put the microphone on him.
Lance...
yeah, so... I was asked repeatedly before this race if I could win the Iditarod without my superstar leader, Larry. And, well, I guess I can. I miss him dearly.
Resetting the record at 63.
But I do know that he's going to guide Newton in here in a day or two, and that's just as rewarding as seeing him in my team. So he's dearly missed.
Thank you.
That's Lance Mackey stuff. Congratulations from the crowd.
But at this speed I'm going today, I don't think I could have outran him. And he'd certainly be proud of the accomplishment this team and all his siblings put out again. Nice to be here.
All right, Lance Mackey stopping and talking with the crowd. Now, people notice at home there's a sled of, in his sled is some antlers there, caribou antlers, and he picked that up along the way, just picking up some souvenirs.
Yeah, it's a little race memorabilia for him, and he's like that. If he says something he thinks will be fun, he'll stop and do it. Talk to people, pick up antlers.
Whatever. Hey, let's talk about fun. Jason Lamb has been covering this race for the very first time. Jason, how do you hold it up?
You know, it is my first time covering this race, and I think it was about this time last week when I perhaps infamously said, boy, it's cold out. Well, the temperature was above 0, and I haven't heard the end of it since then. I have a new appreciation for cold, but aside from the weather, I mean, the communities that we've been in are just absolutely fantastic, really coming together, volunteers from all over the place helping make this race run, and we'll have a little bit more of that impact in these small towns coming up later on, but we'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Jason. Also part of our crew today, as always, is Greg Heister. Greg Heister, are you in the pit there?
Hi, John. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm doing great. Well, it's the Iditarod, right?
Absolutely.
And it's we're almost at the end of another one, and you know, it's going to be difficult for a few days because a lot of our team have not slept in a few days, but to assess the importance of this race, the 38th Iditarod. But I think in time we're going to find out that this is one of the great races. When you look at the historical importance of this thing with Jeff King announcing his retirement before the race, vying for his 5th Iditarod championship, and then, of course, Lance Mackey trying to become the first in history to win 4 consecutive. This has been a great race, a lot of great stories within it, and I can't wait to watch it unfold here today.
All right, and that's exactly what we'll do. But first, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have more from the finish of Iditarod 38. Stay with us.
Come on now.
And welcome to Front Street, Nome, where we're awaiting Lance Mackey. He's about 2 miles out at last check. He's about to win his 4th straight record, 4th straight Iditarod title. And somebody who's been crucial to him in that drive is his wife, and I think Jason Lamb is in the chute with her.
Yeah, hi, Carp. We're with Tonya Mackey right now. Tonya, you mentioned how great this weather is. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
This is Lance Mackey's going to be his 4th victory here, 4th straight victory. What is this moment like for you right now?
I'm excited for him. He worked hard for this.
Did you ever think your husband would be the one to pull this off? This is an amazing feat, and he's just minutes away from crossing the finish line here. Did you think that your husband would be the one to pull this off?
Yep, never doubted it.
Okay, I got to ask you this. Looking at the GPS throughout the course of the race, online, was there ever a point that you were looking at it and said, yep, he's going to win it right now?
Well, it sounds kind of cocky, but it's your husband, so of course you think he's going to win.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else you wanted to let everybody know out here?
Nope, he just worked hard for it, so.
Great. Absolutely. Thanks very much. Back to you, Carp.
All right, thank you, Jason. And as we look at Lance, now we're looking at us. Not as pretty as Lance. This is Bruce Lee and myself. You know, Lance did work hard for this, and that big run from Nulato to Unalakleet was the big effort.
Yeah, all the front pack, all of those teams worked hard, and I think that's one of the things that Lance will find rewarding about this win. He didn't just win the race; he beat the best teams in the world, and they all deserve credit. You know, I've said the whole way along, a great warrior deserves great opponents, and they all had that here.
Absolutely, and Hans Gott appears he'll finish 2nd, Jeff King 3rd, and really those are some 3 very excellent sled dog teams.
Yeah, past our closest past Iditarod champions, current Yukon Quest champion, and everybody should be proud of their efforts of what they did out there. You know, these guys, they were not only competing hard. It was cold out there. You know, you hear the weather around the state, and, you know, it was cold, you know, 25, 30 below, but in most of these checkpoints, it was 40 below and colder, and, you know, they're not eating well, they tend to get dehydrated, but these guys just kept focused on the game.
And we were talking about it. It seems like one thing that Lance Mackey has, and has had in the past years, he's a very positive person, and that affects the dogs. I mean, the dogs know when something's not going right. The dogs know when things are going right. With Lance, he kind of had a little bit of a funk on, but he broke out of that on the river.
Thanks to all those people in high.
Yeah, he did, but he overcame that, and he's known for doing that. And when he made that move to go to Caltech,
and I can see some of these villages.
Positive about it.
To see.
All right, in the chute, waiting for his son to win his 4th straight Iditarod title is 1978 Iditarod champ Dick Mackey. He's with Greg Heister.
Thanks, John. Ladies and gentlemen, Dick Mackey, the 1978 champion of the Iditarod sled dog race. And Dick, you're one of the originals. You helped get this event going back in 1973. And I wonder, as you sit here now, as your son a few years ago became the first to win the Quest and the Iditarod in the same year, he did it again, and now 4 consecutive Iditarod sled dog races, you have to be overwhelmed today.
Yes, I am. You know, I'm just awed by it. I used to think I was a tough guy, and I was talking to Lance's older brother, Rick, about that, and the 2 of us together, we're not near as tough as he is.